What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another college basketball video. It is Thursday, November 27th. It is Thanksgiving, and I hope all of your guys' holiday weekend is off to a great start, man. A jam-packed full day of sports, NFL, college basketball. What more could you ask for? Man, I hope you guys get to stuff your faces with some great food while you kick back and watch some good basketball games, some good football games as well. But guys, we got to jump in to the mix, man. We got a couple games that we're going to be looking at here today in this video. I also got to jump over there to the Guy Boston Sports website before we get into those and recap our plays from last night. So let's go ahead and do that. We took 3 plays overall on Wednesday night. We took Alabama laying 13.5 points. That one was a cash, but we also took the under in that game, under 181.5, and that one does not come through for us. But we do bounce back with a plus money cash with Robert Morris on the money line. So 2-1 overall on the night. We do end up profitable Wednesday night in the college basketball scheme of things. So let's keep that winning energy rolling right here and today, man. Let's have ourselves a great Thanksgiving day overall, football and basketball. Let's just go ahead and try to kill it, right? Let's go ahead and jump into the mix, man. I got 2 games I'm going to be looking at today. If you guys could smash that like button down there for me and hit subscribe if you have not already, let's go ahead and dive into these guys. That first game I'm looking at is going to be in the ESPN Events Invitational Magic Tournament. Quite the name, man. 7:30 p.m. tip-off time. Georgetown taking on Dayton. Going to be focusing in on the total in this one. That one's sitting at 146.5. Both these teams coming in with pretty strong defenses, man, and they want to play at a slower pace. We'll start with Dayton, right? They've shown, under Coach Grant that this is what they do. They build that solid defensive foundation early in the season, and they've done it again this year, right? Allowing opponents to just 42% shooting from the field. They're only averaging 66 points per game against Dayton, and this has them ranking pretty well in their conference, the Atlantic 10. Their overall defensive rating in the Ken Palm sitting at 45 right now, and they're playing at an adjusted tempo of 228. So we definitely love to see that here, looking at that total. Because I'm focusing in on the under, man, because Georgetown also coming in at 74th for defensive rating. They're only playing to an adjusted tempo of 117, so a little bit faster than Dayton. But Dayton's going to look to control the pace, man. So what they do, they want to play a more slow, deliberate style of play, right? And just limit the total number of possessions in the game. Obviously, fewer possessions is going to mean fewer scoring opportunities for both sides. And then the Hoyas have shown improvement on the defensive side of things, man, under Coach Cooley with his time with the team. It's his second season with the Hoyas, giving up just 69 points per game on only 38% shooting from the field, 32% shooting from deep. We look at these two teams on average coming into the season. Georgetown putting up 82 points per game offensively, Dayton putting up 78 points per game. So that's going to combine for an average of 160 total, right? So well above this 146.5 line. But man, we look at these scoring figures, right? They're inflated by non-conference games against lower-rated opponents. Much weaker quality defenses than they're going to expect to play against each other here in this one. And this is a neutral site game in that ESPN Events Invitational matchup. Like I said, right? I expect the defenses to be a lot tighter than, like I said, than what they faced previously this season. And just in general, these two defenses are two of the better defenses in the nation. You look at Georgetown, they're going to want to attack you along the perimeter, right? They got two high scoring guards, KJ Lewis, Malik Mack. Lewis putting up 17 points per game, Mack sitting at 15 points per game. Dayton's got strong perimeter defense, though, man. That's what they've thrived on over these last few years, especially. And they can limit transition opportunities and force the Hoyas into some contested half court sets. It's going to significantly hamper Georgetown's scoring ability in this one. So these are two physical teams, man, right? They like to play in the half court. It should lead to lower shooting percentages, longer offensive possession. So as long as, the refs don't get whistle happy in this one and start putting them at the line a bunch, I think we see an under in this one, man, with these defenses at play, the pace that they want to play at. So I'm going to be leaning that way, looking at the under 146.5 in this one. And next up, another tournament game at a neutral site. This one tipping off in Chicago, 8 p.m. We got the Duke Blue Devils taking on the Arkansas Razorbacks. Blue Devils are 10.5 point favorites in this one. We look at these two teams against each other, man, and right off the rip, you got to think about Duke's defense, right? And just how stifling it's been. Exceptional, leading the nation in team defense by giving up a absurdly low 57 points per game. They're holding opponents to just 33% shooting from the field. And that combination inside, man, of Gamba and Boozer is just dominant, right? We got Gamba coming in 70% shooting from the field, just under 7 rebounds. And then this star freshman forward and Cameron Boozer just under 10 rebounds per game, 1 block per game, just under 2 steals per game. Man, it's hard to score on these guys in the paint. Boozer in particular, right, just a physical force, and Arkansas hasn't faced a comparable challenge like him yet. So it's going to be a big test for them. They average, 91 points per game coming into this, but again, it's inflated by blowout wins at home against lower level competition, right? Now, in their lone really true test this season, a game against Michigan State, they did lose that one on the road. They really struggled to maintain any kind of offensive efficiency. Now, the combination of Duke's size and their defensive pressure, their intensity, it's going to really prevent Arkansas's high volume guards right on the perimeter from getting to the rim and finding good looks. So definitely think that Arkansas struggles here against this Duke defense. And then you look at Duke on the offensive side, man, and they're a powerhouse, man. High octane, high efficiency, right? They're averaging 93 points per game, 52% shooting from the field. That's 18th and 10th nationally, right? Respectively in those categories. So definitely can convert possessions at an elite rate. And they boast the best player on the court. We already talked about him, right? That star freshman in Boozer, 21 points per game to go along with those 10 rebounds, his blocks, his steals. He's just affecting every aspect of the court, man. He can score through contact. He's going to dominate you on the glass. He creates second chance scoring opportunities. Just a huge difference maker, man, that Arkansas really lacks a direct answer for. So it's going to be a tough one for them in the grand scheme of things, I think, man. Duke started the season covering their first six spreads. They only suffered their first against the spread loss in a recent game where their spread was set at 43.5, right? So they've covered a high percentage of their recent games, man. So this 10.5 point spread, it's larger, right? But it's well within their capabilities. So I definitely like Duke here. You combine this with the neutral court, right? And they've already proven their ability to win and cover big spreads in some high pressure neutral site games already this year. They beat Kansas already in the same type of environment. No, you look at the pace too. Arkansas is gonna wanna try to push the pace, but Duke's just so superior in the half court, and they got such elite transition defense, man. They're perfectly equipped to control the tempo here in this one. They don't need a high possession game to generate points. They're efficient enough to do so, right? And their defense is gonna stop Arkansas from trying to speed things up and turning this into a back and forth track meet. So I like Duke here, man, on the side, laying 10.5 points. Guys, that is gonna wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. Hope you found the content helpful and useful. And that is going to do it, man. Hope you guys all cash out on this Thanksgiving night. Like I said, hope you guys have a great time with the family. Hope you guys eat some great food. The former chef and me is so excited. I'm so ready to eat some food, man, and sit back, watch some football, watch some basketball. Just have a great day, man. So I hope you all get to do the same. I'm going to see you back tomorrow for the next one.